Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you my top 5 blind girl essential makeup tips. This is the easiest makeup that I find to apply, so if you want to find out what I have on my face on a regular basis, then keep on watching. Tip 1, find a foundation that suits you. I love the Sleek Life Proof foundation. This is sort of like a CC cream consistency. This is why I love it for every day. And foundation, I think, is the most important thing about your base. So if you can get this right, it's really important. Get someone who's your friend or your sister like me. I get my sister to help me match your foundation for you because you don't want to have like a streaky line. It'd be a bit But also in this tip, I would say, I know that if you want a more natural skin day, you might think, oh, I'm just going to shove the concealer on and go out the door. I've done that quite a few times and it's led to me sort of not blending it out properly, or if you're in a hurry. So I would say, if you're going to go with anything, do a lighter foundation and put it all over your skin if you can't see or you're new to makeup, because then you get sort of an even coverage all over, even if you don't necessarily get every single blemish or whatever, if you're rushing. So yeah, foundation. Also, what's really good to go on top of that, if you do have a bit extra to spend, is a powder foundation. This is the NYX Matte But Not Flat. This is really essential for me if I feel like, you know, I'm just having a bit of a dull day, or I want a bit more coverage and my foundation isn't necessarily giving it me. I know these are 2 foundations and you'd think, Lucy, why are you giving me a tip to put on 2 foundations? But if you are just thinking, oh, I can't do my makeup today, I'm really just annoyed, this is a quick way that I do my makeup. By putting a bit of these on each, you just feel really confident, and I want you guys to feel confident out there, because we can't be having no confidence, because that's what makeup's all about, is to make you feel confident and pleased with yourself. Well, that's what it makes me feel anyway. Tip 2, I would use a stippling brush. It's really important because I always miss these bits of my nose. If you saw my Get Ready With Me video, which I'll link in a card now, I can never get these bits of my nose, which if you can't see the video, guys, it's the nose balls. That's what I call them anyway. That's the best way to describe them, just the indentations in your nose. And a stippling brush always gets this for me, but you have to remember that a stippling brush can look a bit like you've got quite a few streaks on your face, and this is fine, but as a blind girl I can't necessarily see where all the streaks are, so I go in after that with a beauty blender to just really make my complexion a lot more evened out, and that always gets me a bit of a lighter coverage, and it gets me a really lovely, you know, luminosity to the face, but also it sort of makes the foundation go on all parts of my face, and it never makes me feel like I haven't got anywhere, or you know, my coverage isn't even in any way. So really good tip. Tip 3, if you're really struggling with eyebrows, you can get microblading. Me and my sister have sort of looked at for me, which I'm thinking of doing it, and I might vlog my whole experience. So keep on watching if you want me to get a tattoo basically on my face, which I'm kind of scared about, but you know, it's all for the greater good of my eyebrows. Eyebrows are sisters, not twins, guys, just remember that. But I love this brow pencil by CoverGirl. It's the soft blonde. It's just got a really easy tip. It's twistable. You guys don't know whether you can see this, but I just love pencils that are really thin, so I can feel my brow shape. Honestly, this is probably the hardest thing to do, brows, as a blind girl. Other than blending my eyeshadow, I find brows really hard. But if you can master it with a tiny little pencil like this, the tinier the better, guys. You just need to go in with something really precise. Feel your hairs as you go. I literally have my finger on my brow as I go round. I used to make my brows look really sad, and Ollie would say to me, you look really like, and I'd be like, how dare you think of me as a sad person? I'm not sad, I'm happy. Anyway, I just draw now as I go, and I tend to keep them upwards. And what I do is I follow my brow hairs that are more towards the top, especially when I get to the tail, and that's how I draw. So it will take practice, guys. Please don't get despondent, because you can still do your brows. I did these brows today. And also a really good tip with brows, go back in with a beauty blender with a bit of powder on, and just like tap the first bit of your brow, because it kind of needs to merge into your foundation and not look harsh. I did this today actually. I went in with just a bit of NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat powder, and I just got it on my beauty blender and I tapped it at the first bit of my brow, and it just merged them in. Go for it, guys. You need to in your life. Okay, tip 4 is to get a mascara that works for you. Obviously, I usually get tiny little ones because for depth perception and blind girls, really easy. But also, I have branched out into really longer spoolies, or tips if you like to call them. And at the moment I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational, but I don't think I would recommend this necessarily for a first time user because it's very wet. What I would do is get 2 mascaras. Hear me out here. Right, I would get, first of all, you want your first application to be with a drier wand. So get a month-old mascara, honestly, trust me, and run it through your lashes. You first got your lashes sort of looking a bit more voluminous. You haven't got a lot of coverage on them. It's not going to be your final look, but at least you've run something through them so they're sort of out and you've got all your lashes where you sort of want them. And then if you want to go in with a wet mascara over the top, I've just done that today. I've got an old collection mascara on first that's dry as anything. I just put this on and it just works. Otherwise I get blobs all over my nose and it's a bad makeup day. But seriously, it'll work for you. And tip 5, if you are new to wearing lipstick and dark lipstick like I'm wearing now, I'm wearing NYX's Soft Matte Lip Cream in Copenhagen. This is like a plum colour. I used to be so scared to apply really dark colours, but I did start with soft matte lip creams or any sort of consistency like that, not quite a liquid lipstick. If you're really scared, this consistency is it's soft. I mean, it's in the name, it's lovely. And if you're working on the Cupid's bow, go from a sort of pinky nudie shade and work all the way up to dark colours. But this is the easiest formula that I have tried so far other than a lip gloss. But don't be scared of straying into darker colours, because if you've got a formula that's right for you, then you will get the shape that you eventually want on your lips. And honestly, I've just learnt my Cupid's bow now. Most of the time I actually underline, but I know that I underline before I then go back in to do my Cupid's bow. But I honestly think that this is the best I've done my Cupid's bow in ages, and it's with a dark colour, and it's because of this formula. So yeah, I also do recommend Jeffree Star's liquid lipsticks. If you're gonna go and take the plunge and do a liquid lipstick, apply Jeffree's, because they stay on through eating, and they give me the confidence to apply something like that, because you don't, like with liquid lipsticks, how they come off is kind of streaky and patchy, and they come off the inside of the inner lip first, in the middle, and I'm like, oh, how would I know it's come off, blah blah. But Jeffree's don't, unless, you know, you're gonna go for a curry or eat a really oily naan bread or something, then maybe don't wear a liquid lipstick and wear a gloss. But yeah, that's my sort of tip, I think. Yeah, soft matte lip cream, or what else would I recommend? If you want to go with dark colours, don't go with a bullet lipstick. Don't do it, because I've had so many nights where I've applied like Ruby Woo by MAC or something, and it's been all over my face, and I've thought, oh, I just really can't apply lipstick. What am I doing wrong? You know, I just can't do it. And you don't want those nights. You want a formula that will stick. And I'm not saying MAC's lipsticks are really bad. I actually really like them now. I can apply lipstick to a sort of level that I didn't know before, and I did a blotting technique. So if you want to know a bit more about that, I can go into detail how I apply like proper bullet lipsticks. But yeah, soft matte lip cream, Jeffree, see how you get on, and seriously report back to me, guys. I really do love makeup, and I love the fact that I can apply it as a blind girl. It's given me so much confidence. So please do tag me on Twitter or Instagram on some makeup looks that you've tried, maybe using my tips, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.